But then I also make friends with women before I think about anything else. So, I don't know, maybe I'm different there anyway. Who knows?
If I lose, it'll leave us with a wide opening. But I'm pretty sure this isn't worth throwing my life away over.
Alright, there we go. Fuck you, Linhart. Oh wait, is this homophobia?
I never thought I'd be the kind to fight to the death. But
You know what PlayStation needs for games? Give us another Ratchet and Clank remaster of the first 3 games, or a new Infamous game, or a remaster of the first 2.
This won't be the last time you have to do
I would
this either.
agree. The problem is that, like, in general, I don't trust any game company ever at all these days to make a good remaster of anything. One thing I will say, though, I find it incredibly weird. You know, there's some games where, like, before playing, you will get this, like, disclaimer where it says, like, oh, back when this game was made, the times were different, and you might see some stuff in this game that was considered to be fine back then, but isn't anymore nowadays, or whatever. I never understood, just because we're talking about, like, remasters and stuff, I never understood what the issue with that is, because I would much rather, and I think I've said this a couple times before, but I would much rather have that disclaimer at the start of the game, and then have the game be just a more polished version of what the original was, than have them change stuff about the game. But I see people get fucking mad at that too, at the disclaimer, and I'm like, bro, it's just some text that you can skip, or that you can just, like, choose not to read at the start of your game. Like, what's the issue? I never understood that. Pac World 2 Remake was good. No, well, right, yeah, I'm happy to be, like, proven wrong, right? But I always just assume that game companies can't do it anymore today. Like I said, I'm happy to be proven wrong, if that's the case. But anyway, yeah, like I said, like that's kind of the that's the one thing that I never understood. It's like, well, would you rather they change the game, or would you rather they just go like, hey, listen, it was okay to say slurs back when this game was made, it's not anymore. Not like that, obviously, that's hyperbole, but I'd rather have that and then have the game be, like, just what it is, or what it always was, than somebody changing shit up completely. But I guess I guess at that point it's like, you just gotta cut your losses. Maybe the issue is bigger companies, not small studios. But surely the studio behind Pac World 2 isn't a small studio. And if anything, they're probably on the payroll of of Atari or whatever, or whoever the fuck owns Pac World right now.
I won't watch her die. Let's go, Hanneman.
Oh, we couldn't recruit Manuela? That's fine, I guess. And I would agree, maybe with that assessment, but smaller studios are just as capable of just making horrible shit.
Let her go. But the battle isn't over. We must prepare for
I don't think
maneuver.
necessarily that it has anything to do with that. Of course, the possibility of things being shittier is always higher in big companies because, you know, they usually have shareholders, and we all know how shareholders are.
This is
Hanneman, you're looking a little worse for wear. Let me heal you. Can never be too careful.
Okay, we have to...
Keeps healing him like that, this battle will never end. Let us deal with Manuela first.
Yeah.
I must fight against some of my students in order to save.
Why is his voice acting is so ass? Was it that ass in Three Houses
It's so
too?
dreadful to see a familiar face across the battlefield. That said, I will not back down.
Is that a penis on the cover of that book?
Others. These are troubling times we live in, indeed.
I never thought the day would come that I'd cross blades with Professor Hanneman.
Well, what do you mean, you...
Now, Professor
Of course that day would come.
Everyone else has shown such bravery. I must persevere as well.
Not bad at all. I'm starting to like this.
Don't say that.
It seems I am actually rather strong.
You're gonna leave me in the dust if I'm not careful.
No, I refuse to die single.
Well, alright, Manuela. If that's your fucking... The bad timeline where there isn't any knuts and Manuela never gets fucking laid.
There's still so much I want to do in life. I have to withdraw.
Manuela dies a 40-year-old virgin. Truly saddening. I will sacrifice myself for Manuela. You would sacrifice yourself for a fucking wet Pringles can. But Manuela is hot, so I can kind of understand it.
Relying on me. Just 1 moment, please.
Just let me slurp my healing potion, please. Thank you. Ew, Pringles. Well, I'm just saying the tube, not the actual chips.
I may have one foot in the grave. I insist I keep the other out of it for the time being.
I haven't had Pringles in a lot. I haven't had a lot of, like, snack stuff in a long time. I guess the last thing that I had was, like, popcorn.
You force your way into my city and kill innocent people. And you're shameless enough to claim you're on the side of justice.
Not that I'm, like, particularly stoked to have Pringles, I suppose.
At least I can die in my hometown.
Yeah, that's crazy. Well, yesterday's Lay's exotic flavors for the World Cup.
Time for you to come out already, Duke Gert. The general ought to seek vengeance for his subordinates.
Be careful what you wish for. I've quite a lot of deaths to avenge by now.
Well, you could have just come out earlier, bro. French onion soup and Argentinian steak? That doesn't sound bad.
Gert
I shall do.
is essential to our empire. He must be protected at all costs.
Well, he's gonna get fucking exploded, I'll tell you that.
I see they're putting up one last bit of futile resistance. Too bad it's not going to work.
They're good. It sounds pretty good.
Ironic. My territory has always strived for peace, and it's the first claim.
Why do you have such a small face? You got a weird small face, dude. Not a fan of the onions, but I thought it'd be worse. Onions are great, dude. I can't really think of like a chips flavor that I don't like. But then again, I also usually go for like the classics, like regular or paprika. The Pringles, like, what was it? Grilled ham and cheese sandwich. Those are pretty good. But it's like, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of chips anyway. I don't really eat them very often. My go-to, like, movie snack is usually popcorn. I will just, like... Because, you know, obviously, like, nachos are a big one, too. But I would rather just, like, dip my popcorn into the cheese sauce. Oh, goddammit, is there another healer?
This is as far as we go. Forgive our weakness.
No, you've done plenty. You have my gratitude.
Would you die, please?
I cannot lose.
Oh, we did it. I think.
A peerless performance.
Whee! We did it, guys.
I must protect the Empire.
Man, I just nuked your ass. Fuck off.
Our enemies fought well. To be honest, I'm not sure how much more we can endure. We've taken the main hall. Victory is ours, Knights of Fargus!
Hey! That worked out pretty well. Oh, excuse me.
I'm ever chasing.
Hey. And she's level 50. That's beautiful.
They say I still have talent.
I could use this.
Nice. Neato. Oh, wow. Jesus. And we got her.
The enemy fought like they were possessed out there. One wrong move and we'd have been finished.
Imperial nobles will battle to the bitter end to protect their homes, just as we would. I suggest you get used to it. Everyone we face from this point forward will strike at us with the same vigor.
I guess it's kill or be killed, huh? It's exhausting just thinking about the road ahead.
Do not complain. We are only doing this to restore
Shut
peace
the
to
fuck up
Folan,
and don't
remember?
speak.
I can't say I blame you for worrying. This is a difficult campaign in every sense of the word. For one, the unfamiliar terrain.
You couldn't add. Nope, you couldn't ally Manuela, which I think is canonically correct anyway.
Noble our cause, the guilt of invading our neighbors will always weigh heavy on our minds.
Be that as it may, we can't turn back now. If the kingdom and empire cannot coexist, then there is no other choice but to fight.
He's right. We all know what'll happen to Fargus if we just sit back and let Adrestia do what they want.
So you all grasp the gravity of our actions, yet choose to march on regardless. It seems our rising lords have grown even stronger than I thought. The future of Fargus is a bright one indeed. For now, all we can do is commend our soldiers for delivering us a valiant triumph, and of course, bid they continue the march. When the sun sets on this war, only our king will be fettered by the vile moniker of invader.
Don't put this all on him.
And it will fall on you to support him through it, Felix. You understand, yes? That is your duty as the shield of Fargus and descendant of the hero Fraldarius.
Obviously.
But the reason... Oh, okay.
Oh, Rodrigue. You're up late.
The reason why we can't recruit her yet is because this wasn't a battle where she was gonna die anyway. You can only recruit them in battles where they actually die. So Manuela, we might be able to recruit her later.
Ah, yes. Preparing strategy proposals for tomorrow's war council. The more legwork I can do in advance, the smoother the process will go, thus lessening the burden on His Majesty. Even one as strong as he would collapse from overwork were all our councils an unchecked slog.
He barely sleeps as it is, right? Sometimes I see him face down on his desk, I guess catching what little shut-eye he can.
Yes, he reminds me of the late king in that sense. Lambert too ascended the throne at a young age. Too young, if you ask me. And struggled greatly to adapt to the many rigors of governance.
Guess you two knew each other a long time then. I'd heard you went to the academy together at least. I've got to ask, is Dimitri really that much like his dad?
You would hardly be able to tell them apart were they in the same room now. Though Lambert did have a somewhat shorter temper. Still, they're birds of a feather compared to my son and I. The two of us are as different as the blackest night and the brightest day.
I don't know.
I don't know. I think you're pretty similar. Like, you're both the first to take the initiative when something important needs doing.
That's enough to make this old man's cheeks burn. Make sure you share that opinion with Felix as well. I suppose he is quite like me, though mostly in ways I'd hoped to avoid.
Meaning what?
He can't live without some great purpose in life urging him forward. There is no peace in such an existence. I know, because I'm the same way. As Lambert's right hand, I devoted every waking moment to serving him, supporting him. And when he was lost, so too was my reason for being. I had no choice but to search for something else to propel me forth. In the end, and after much consideration, I chose to devote myself anew to Lambert, to seeing through the promise I had made him.
And what was that?
That should his son ever lose his way, I would be the one to set him back on the proper course. But I won't be here forever. Thankfully, His Majesty is blessed with friends like you. Ones who are willing to ease the immense burden on his shoulders.
Funny. I feel like Dimitri's been helping me this whole time, not the other way around. But it's all a give and take in the end, right? You've done more than your fair share for me, too.
I'm glad to hear that, truly. But to be frank, my own shortcomings have grown alarmingly clear of late. It's not enough to simply stand by his side and support. He needs someone to grab his hand and pull him in the right direction.
And you don't think you can do that? Even with Gustav's help?
At the end of the day, he and I are nothing more than His Majesty's retainers. We cannot view Fodlin through his eyes. But you stand on equal footing with him as a trusted friend. Such a bond is a rare thing indeed.
Dimitri's my leader, yeah, but he's a friend first. Probably helps that I'm not part of the nobility.
Is that the root of it, I wonder? If I recall, you were born in Alliance territory, yes?
Yep, in a remote mountain town off in Ordelia lands. Honestly, I don't remember much more than that. And with this weird power and all, it's hard to say for sure where I really came from.
Well, if you ask me, those things, your background, your abilities, don't matter much in the end. I can't blame you for being curious, of course. But we haven't put our faith in you because of whose child you are. The relationships you've built in your time here transcend whatever blood may flow in your veins.
Huh, what a wonderful human being. A true man of character.
Anyway, seeing as you're here, I was hoping you might be willing to share some of your wisdom with me. I would love to know a mercenary's thoughts on the proper location to stage an ambush, and where in that position our archers should take up posts.
Now we're talking. Let's see.
Well, there you go.
Azure Gleam, a trick of the goddess.
Oh no.
Central Adrestia is soundly defended under the command of Regent Ire. However, attacks from the Kingdom and Alliance erode the Empire's defenses in both the east and west. Amidst all this, General Randolph enlists a certain mercenary company to address his cause. Their forces stand to defend Hevring territory, the Empire's final bastion in the west. Let me get this straight. If they break through Hevring land, there'll be nothing to stop the Kingdom's army from rolling straight to the capital.
That's right. The seat of Hevring's power, Mazgus, lies east of here, past the bottleneck in the Agma Mountains.
Agma nuts.
It's essentially on Inbar's doorstep, the western gateway to the seat of power. Count Hevring and his men will make their last stand there. That is, if the Lions of Fargus can get through us first. And of course, we will make every possible effort to defeat them, for whatever that's worth.
Never a good sign when you're calling something your last stand.
Indeed. And we've lost far too many of our most formidable generals, including Marquis Vestra. I've not the slightest idea what's befallen our forces at the capital, nor in the east for that matter.
Yes, the whole army's been feeling a little off lately. Thankfully, you and your squadron still have your heads on straight.
It's a sad state of affairs out there. Hardly any dependable leaders remain. Instead, we're left with those who take pride in senseless looting and
Okay,
slaughter.
bro. Maybe don't say that in front of the fucking dude you're hiring.
Each and every one of them handpicked by His Excellency, the Regent.
Are you sure you should be spilling secrets like that?
It's all right. I'd like you to have the full picture. Your company holds the key to victory in your hands. And with it, our very lives. Oh, but keep all that under wraps, if you would. It would bring the morale of my troops crashing to new lows were that to get out.
Usually mercs are backup for an army, not full-on replacements. But it is what it is. In any case, we'll get the job done so long as you're paying.
Gerald, should I perish in this fight, you can consider your contract terminated. You'll be free to stop supporting the Empire in its foul descent into depravity.
Randolph.
You feeling any better?
Green!
I have to say, I'm still not used to this new look of yours.
I'm green
That
now.
makes two of us. But it will bother me less once I'm on the battlefield.
If you say so. With the war and the state it's in, the kingdom is throwing everything they've got at this thing. I don't know if it's that or something else, but I've got a bad feeling. So watch yourself out there.
I'm green.
I will. You do the same.
Oh, right. I've been meaning to give you this. Never used to be without it. Cuts like a dream. I want you to have it. Swords like this are given to captains of the Knights of Saros, and mine was just collecting dust in the band's convoy.
That's right. Alois mentioned you used to serve there.
That was a lifetime ago. I don't plan on swinging this sword ever again.
But are you sure you want to give it away? It must be quite special to you.
I'd be happiest seeing you get some use out of it.
Thank you. I'll do that.
Be good to it, all right?
The general opposite us is a man by the name of Randolph. I hear tell he's related to the Empire's Count Burgleys.
Burgleys.
To complicate matters
Nuts.
further, he's hired Gerald's mercenaries to assist in their fight.
Them again, huh? Can't say I'm surprised.
Right.
The Imperial Army has gathered their forces in Hevring territory, with said mercenaries composing the core of their offense. I expect they'll engage us in the woodlands, an ideal location for the guerrilla warfare they specialize in.
Then we'll have to look out for traps and ambushes as we advance. More than usual, that is.
They're placing a great deal of faith in Gerald, trusting the front lines to his company.
Perhaps there are no other generals for them to rely on.
This is our chance then. We'll be in a great spot if we can land a decisive blow on the Empire.
Right.
Absolutely. They're bound to start feeling the heat over in Enbar once we get a solid foothold here in Hevring territory.
Yes, and the enemy is surely well aware of that fact. No doubt that's precisely why Gerald is among their ranks.
He and his company are incredible fighters. But there's more to it than that. They also have immense discipline. As long as they can afford the cost, I can see why the Imperials would trust them over some of their less experienced generals.
I didn't expect us to be facing them again so soon. We had best be ready. Though truly, I wish we could fight alongside them for once instead.
We can't keep letting one mercenary mess with our whole army.
Right.
So just watch. I'm gonna take that monster out once and for all. Or at least slow them down, if nothing else.
The final battle, purple versus green.
You. Not anymore. You're far stronger than the last time your paths crossed. Just say the words and I'll give you all the power I can muster. We will prevail.
Whatever we decide to do, we will need a sound strategy if we are going to win.
Strategy, huh? Maybe something like a huge surprise attack on the Imperial positions.
A bold suggestion, Sylvain. You remind me of your father when he was young.
I'm not sure if that's supposed to be a compliment or what.
The Margrave's been managing the conflict in the north for decades now, hasn't he? I'd say it's a great honor to be compared to him.
Ah, such fine memories. All of his strategies seem to involve sending me and Lambert off to thrust through the enemy lines on our own.
Yeah, going straight to the suicide charge every time doesn't sound all that strategic to me.
Hey, I mean, well, okay, one of them's still alive, but that's different.
I have full faith that our combined might will be up to the task at hand. We must succeed.
Baboom. That's a fucking huge ass area. All right. Well, that's a pretty good spot to leave it off at. Oh, right. Sorry.
What about this?
I've been thinking.
I have a worthy proposition.
I have a suggestion.
Guys, we'll just pick this one.
Settled. Place your trust in me.
Now then.
All right. So we will save here and then leave it off at that. I think that worked out pretty well. Like I said, tomorrow we're gonna continue with some more of this. I'm not that stressed to do this stuff today, I suppose. I gotta just like turn off the switch, I guess. But yeah, like I said, tomorrow we'll continue with this, and then we should have enough footage for a little while at least. And then we can, you know, do other stuff, like I said. Once again, to reiterate, just so you guys know, next week I will not be here. But I'll probably say that again tomorrow anyway. But just so you guys know, and then the week after, we should have an entirely normal set of streams, except one of them will be the viewing stream, obviously. But until then, thank you guys a lot for joining me. I hope you had fun. I hope you enjoyed. If you haven't yet, please go follow the Bottom Boys. All of their links are in the description. And I will hopefully see everybody on the next stream. So please, stay safe. And goodbye. And don't get ambushed by the kingdom. Otherwise, you're gonna look like a fucking idiot.